that little bead that I found. There we go. I almost had to do 2 takes. I couldn't get the camera to focus properly, so I can't wait to get a better camera. That is an Indian trade bead. If you were to do an archaeological dig at Fort Odenak, this is one of the beads you would find. This is 1704 to 1759. Or it could be earlier too. Now there's a difference. These are my Indian trade beads and pieces of pipe stem on the bottom. You can see the difference. Now here's an Indian trade bead compared to a piece of broken pipe stem. You can see the difference. This bead here is definitely late 16th century to early 17th century. It is not shell. It is fired clay. That's my Thunderbird. It brings me great luck in finding artifacts and fossils. It helps bring me closer to the native side of my family. Yes, if you were to go to any New France period fort between 1650 and 1759, you would find this bead, and these white clay beads were very common. This is a real piece of history. This was in Britain and France were fighting for control of North America. This bead here might have been beads traded to the Algonquins when Huronia was still in power. Between that ended in 1640. This is history. Many nations in Europe and the nations in North America were just being created, and we're just arranging their borders. strengthening their borders. There was all kinds of European wars during the time of this bead, and there were also wars between various Indian tribes and European nations here in North America. This here was worn during the time of Fort Ticonderoga. The French and the British were fighting for survival in the wilderness, and they were trying to define the nations, their borders. From the days of the Coureur de Bois. I am glad I found that piece of history. It would have been a shame for it to have just washed ashore, broke up, or gotten washed back out into the mud. This will be rescued. This is going to St. John the Baptist School. Children can study when they're studying the history of the French and Indian War, they will have, well, I already sent all kinds of these beads in for their studying, but the children can actually handle this, hold it in their hand, and get an understanding that, well, men breathed in and out just like they do today, and that living people had to go through their own struggles, perils, own learning processes. I think that's enough of this video. May the spirit of the native peoples that handled this bead rest in peace.